In the last video, I showed you how you could use Cooper 5-button scene controller to launch a HomeSeer event. In this video, I want to show you how to set that Cooper scene controller up so you can do exactly that. Okay, so here's how it works. First of all, add the Cooper scene controller to your HomeSeer system. Once you've done that, it's going to create the devices that you see here on the screen. So there's going to be a root device, which displays at the very top. Remember, root devices always have this gear icon, this black gear icon. And then underneath that, you're going to have individual devices that represent each one of the buttons on the scene controller. First thing you want to do is make sure that an association is set between the scene controller and between the HomeSeer software. So go into the root device, click on it like that, go to the Z-Wave tab, and then you want to open up the associations settings underneath it. So open those up, and this is very important. You want to click the update button. The update button will go out to the scene controller and discover any associations that may already be set. None have been set, and you can see in the text at the very bottom of the screen, no associations have been set. So open up the association group menu. Notice what we can do. We can set group 1, 2, 255, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 represent associations that can be linked to the individual buttons, and those are the ones that we want to use. So start by choosing group number 1. Make sure that the device to be controlled is set to HomeSeer, and then click the Add Association button. That will go out to the scene controller and add the association to that button. Now, when it comes back, make sure that you click the Update button again to get the accurate reading on what is set. Okay, so now we see underneath here, for existing associations, group 1 has been set to HomeSeer. Repeat this step for group number 2, 3, 4, and 5. So select 2, click Add Association, wait for it, and then come back and click the Update button again. And repeat this for all the other associations. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, all the groups have been properly associated to HomeSeer. So let's move back to the device page. Now the last step is to go into each individual button device, and we're also going to make a settings change there. So go to the Z-Wave tab again, open up the settings, and what we want to do is add a device to control. We want to add HomeSeer to the device as a control device. So come over here and click the Add button. And then notice what happens up top here. In this row, we say HomeSeer, always send an on to HomeSeer. That's exactly right. Before we leave the screen, though, click the button down below that says Save Scene Changes. Okay, so that's stored. Let's go back and repeat this same process for all of the other buttons. Okay, so that part's all set. Now all you've got to do is create the events that you want. So go back into the events screen. I have some events already pre-created, so let's just take a look at what each of them looks like. For the trigger, you want to have this set to if first floor living room scene controller button 1 had its value set to scene on. Now again, that corresponds to right here. This is first floor living room scene controller button 1. So if that is changed to on, in other words, if I were to click on this manually, you'll notice it's changed to on. That would have triggered that event. Okay, so if it had its scene changed to on, skipping down below here, these are the actions. It's going to turn the multi-sensor color to red. It's going to set the dim level of the dimmer on my demo box to 10%, and it's also going to turn off buttons 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, all I did was I just simply took this same event and I replicated it for each one of the scene buttons and made some minor tweaks. So if button 2 is changed to on, then it's going to change the multi-sensor to green. It's going to set the dim level to 20% and turn off all the other buttons. And I just repeated that for all the other buttons on the control panel. So again, go back and take a look at the first video if you didn't have a chance to, and you'll see how this works in action. Okay, thanks for watching.